Literally, I saw a bird. Literally, like yesterday, I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to the park and like read some tarot, and then it like rained, and I was like, okay, never mind. And then, you know, the day went on, then Spirit was like, actually, yeah, do that. And I was like, oh, really? Now? Okay, now? So it's like, you know, about to be sunset, and I'm in a field, and it's really cute, but there's like a bunch of gnats and stuff, and I'm just, you know what, as long as they don't fly in my eyeballs, I think I'll be okay. But here we are. Spirit said read, and I was like recording something like a little bit earlier, so I already have some cards that came out. So actually I'm not gonna like flip, I'm just gonna kind of like show you what the cards are. Well, actually I haven't even looked at the cards either. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, and I should show you what each of them look like because they're very poignant. Did I say that right? Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see. The Puppeteer came out, which is a card specific to this deck. Eight of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles energy here. And Temperance, okay? Let me sit with the cards for like a second. Catch this message right quick. Let's see. I feel like you might be in the midst of like building something here. But a lot of it, it's like still in the works. Like maybe it's still like in the dreaming stage or like the early planning stages. Can I get a little clarity on the puppet card, please? That one I'm wondering about specifically. So I'm gonna see if I can get like a clarification card. Okay, the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is to clarify the Puppeteer card. Yeah, it seems like it's a possibility that you're kind of being ruled by your thoughts right now. Maybe not in like the best way. I'm looking at this person, you know, you see all the, what do you call those little cogs and things like that in her head, like she's thinking about it a lot and kind of like looking at the plant like, have I optimized its growth? Like, and I feel like Spirit is kind of over here saying like, okay, like calm down. You don't really need to think that hard about this. Like you've thought enough. Yeah. So Queen of Cups came, but actually in the reverse. But I wanted you to see how she's like sitting and like in deep thought. So we've got two cards now that are kind of like sitting in deep thought, and they're like, Spirit's like, you don't actually have to think that hard about this anymore. You've thought enough. And it's maybe gotten to the point where, yeah, I've split the deck and it's Three of Swords. Maybe it's gotten to the point where thinking so much is actually the thing that is holding you back the most, is the feeling like you haven't done enough or haven't planned enough, and it's maybe stopping you from moving ahead. Or maybe it's even stopping you from believing in what's happening. There's the Star card that came out along with the Hierophant card. They just both flipped out. And I think what this is saying is, like, there's not really much else that you need to do here. There's not really much else you need to do except just allow yourself to kind of be led. And I think what you're being led into is ease, Sun. What you're being led into is like ease and joy. It's like you can trust that, like, the steps that you put into play, or like the plan that you already have, is good enough. And that it's time to like ease up and like kind of let go a little bit, get like loosey-goosey into it. Yeah, see, the Three of Swords came out again. Like, it feels like maybe that you're maybe stuck a little bit in this energy. Let me like sit and feel it for a second. Three of Swords. Yeah, I'm hearing, when is it ever going to be enough? And I'm here to tell you it is enough. It has been enough. You don't need to do anymore. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, now I'm kind of starting to feel like there's a possibility that this has maybe something to do with a relationship. Maybe thinking a lot about like everything that you've done and like if you've done enough. Well, I wonder if that's like the case. It's very very of the moment right now. For me, I was talking to someone earlier. Knight of Wands is here. Okay. But like I lost my train of thought. The Knight of Wands is here, along with the Nine of Cups, which I can't really show you because the Nine of Cups in this deck is kind of crazy. But then the Knight of Wands with the Knight of Cups makes me feel like, yeah, like you just need to power on ahead and forward. Like you need to kind of break out of the thoughts and start into the action. So if your plans already have like some things that you know, you steps that you need to take and you just haven't taken them yet because maybe you think like your plan's not ready or like you're not ready, this is like it's time to start putting those into motion. We've got the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Wands here, I don't know if that's like a little gory. I don't know what the algorithm's gonna do, but with this I just feel like, you know, you're your own prison master here. Do you see how it's like, what is that, like an officer in like a prison or something? It's like you're like holding guard against like yourself from moving forward. You're just like, nope, we're gonna stay right here, and that's exactly where we're going to stay because it's scary. Like you don't want to get burned, or you don't want to feel like I don't want to say like you failed, but like you don't want to feel like you've made mistakes. And listen, honey, I've been there with you. Like that's kind of just part of it, and we have to make mistakes. We can't just keep holding on to ourselves and like holding in everything that is meant to be like expressed or meant to be materialized, actualized in this world. If any of that resonates, if maybe you're a creator, maybe you're trying to create something right now, and like maybe it's a little bit raw, it's a little bit heavy, a little close to home, and it's a little bit too hard for you to put it out there. Spirit is saying like it's time to forge ahead. Like trust. Like you don't have to think. In fact, like if you start to think, just stop. King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, just stop. Yeah, don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in the chain of like thoughts and things that kind of lead you down the rabbit holes that you've always kind of allowed yourself to go into. Because that's not your direction anymore. Like, you know, you've been through that. You know where that goes, and you know at some point you're just gonna have to dig yourself out again. So why even bother going down that rabbit hole in the first place? Don't follow the rabbit. You're not late. You are right on time. You're not late for a very important date. Okay? Like there's no need to rush. Everything is going in divine timing for you. You don't need to think. You don't need to optimize. It's just time to plant that seed and then let it grow. And if you've already planted the seed, you gotta let it grow, right? Watched pot doesn't boil. Breathing over, like, breathing down the neck of the thing that you're trying to, like, manifest or do or accomplish, like, it's not gonna make it happen any faster. It's just gonna make you really frustrated. Like, I'm saying this from, like, actual experience. Like, I always, like, toot my little, I'm a double Gemini, but really what that does is just make me think, like, way fucking more than what is necessary. So I think that is the lesson here. That is the, oh, somebody yelled. Hey, wait, that was confirmation. That was a confirmation. The message is that think less, get silly, have a little bit more fun, trust that you have done enough. You don't need to do any more. Everything is going to fall into place. You've got this. Just let your light shine exactly the way that it is, okay? Because it's perfect just like that. Bam. That's the reading. That's my bike. Do you like her? Look. Okay, this bike was born, I think, 30 years before me, but it's like June, like 19... Wait, what's 30? I can't math right now, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna pretend, but isn't she cute? And did you see my little duck? I needed a little bit of whimsy today. Oh, I hope I didn't mess this mic up. Ooh, was my mic even on? Did this happen again? I swear I turned it on. Oh well. Bye, I hope this came out okay.